Welcome back to the executive chair, y'all. So today is a special day. So I told you guys originally when I first got started doing the executive chair podcast that I was looking for the best of the best as far as the industry is concerned, hairstylists, makeup artists, estheticians, barbers, the whole nine yards. And today I got a hitter. Today, I have, as far as I know, one of the best barbers in the city. And when he said yes, I was shocked. Okay, so I know his wife, but I was shocked that he decided to say yes and come to my podcast. He is a hair loss specialist here in Charlotte, an educator, a seasoned barber, a educator. He picked up clippers at the age of 12 and left corporate America to pursue barbering full time. He is a husband, a father, an entrepreneur, and I am so excited to bring to you guys today Tre Davis, aka Tre Trims. Tre, how are you, man?
I'm well. I'm well.
I
First off, I want to give it back to you, man. You made me feel way bigger than what I ever
Well,
thought
Trey,
I.
you are, man. When we talk about barbering in the city, like we cannot have this conversation and you not be a part of it.
I appreciate you. I just be. I really appreciate being thought of like that. I just love what I do, and I just try to create every opportunity when I service a client to leave a stain on their brain to say, hey, look, when I am in the area, I can reach out to Trey. So I just try to keep the formula simple,
But
just
you're
like that.
doing it. Like you have done it. You've been doing it. Like you're continuing to do it. Like I am absolutely amazed in every single way. Just like
Appreciate
watching your journey and
it.
seeing your
Thank
work. And let's not talk. You just got an award.
you. Yep.
Cream of the crop,
Oh yeah.
trailblazers.
Yep. Yep.
Congratulations,
Thank you so
man.
much. I
That is,
appreciate that.
and I think a lot of times in this space, like we don't clap for ourselves enough.
Right.
And I wanted to take this opportunity to clap for you, man. Like you're doing some big things in the
I
industry.
appreciate that, Lauren. Thank you so much. Like I said, I love I love our industry. I love what I do. I love what we do on a day in and day out basis to put out good service, uh, you know, uh, good communication skills, the ability
Absolutely.
to, just nurture our clients on a day in and day out basis. I just really love what we do.
Man, I'm grateful. We are going to do a lightning round really quick before we get started talking to Trey and the business and his entrepreneurship and his journey to being one of the best barbers in Charlotte. And I say that very confidently. Okay, let's go to the lightning round and we'll be right back. So before we get started, Trey, I got some questions. Like they not nothing that's hard. It's just your personal preference. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So lightning round. Let's go. Game night with the fellas. Are you playing dominoes or spades?
Domino.
Dominoes. I just knew you was gonna say spades.
I just,
Really?
growing up, all my family they play cards.
Okay.
Mostly the females
Uh huh.
are,
Uh
but
huh.
not really. Most of the males where I was
Uh
raised.
huh.
I'm originally from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Really? I
Yeah,
did not
that's
know
where I
it.
was born and raised. I've been here in Charlotte since 2009.
Wow. Okay.
I was a shop baby, all that
Uh
stuff.
huh.
My mom, we still have our shop back at home,
Uh huh.
Oklahoma City. It was opened up in 1996. My sister runs it now. And she's getting ready to retire now. My niece, her daughter's gonna run it. But yeah, dominoes. All the males growing up,
Uh
my
huh.
uncles, older
Uh
cousins,
huh.
dominoes.
Dominoes. Okay.
We called them bones.
Both. Had no idea. In my head, I was thinking spades. Okay. Fresh edge up or a clean beard line? Which one?
I think that I think both.
Okay.
If that's a right or wrong answer, a
It,
right answer, I think both,
both?
depending on your situation.
Okay.
Yeah, both.
Okay. All right. Now, in a perfect world, in your dream garage, would you have a classic muscle car or a luxury SUV?
A luxury SUV.
See, I said classic. I just said in my head it was gonna be classic. Okay, all right, good to know. A home cooked meal or a 5-star date night. Don't get in trouble. Don't get Leisha. I'm helping. You see me helping? Okay, don't get in trouble.
Probably a home cooked meal.
All of y'all are the same. Take me out. Okay, Andes or Walls. One or the other.
Andes.
Andes.
Hands down.
Okay.
Andes. Yep.
Okay. All right. Tupac or Biggie.
Pop.
Pop
Sure.
all day.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay, the Bahamas or Mexico?
Probably Mexico.
Mexico?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Jordans or hard bottom shoes?
It depends on the situation.
Trace?
It does depend on the situation because I do like low cut Air Force Ones
Okay.
or Jordans.
Okay.
What have you? I do like those, and you can dress those up or
Up
down.
or down?
And sometimes you do need a hard sole,
Okay.
depending on the situation. But so I would say both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Depending on the situation.
College or pro football?
Well, I think college is always a good stepping stone.
Okay.
Because that can take you in different directions if pro football does
Doesn't
not
work.
work out.
Okay.
So I would always say education first.
Education first. Okay.
Yep.
And last question in the lightning round is bourbon or scotch?
Bourbon.
Bourbon. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I just knew you was gonna say scotch. See, that's just good.
Yeah, I like bourbon because it pairs well with cigars. You know, and I like cigars.
You a cigar? Okay.
Yep.
What's your favorite cigar?
I like Maduro Wraps.
Okay.
Romeo Juliet.
Okay.
You know, I like some Macanudos.
Oh, Trey got
Just
expensive
depends.
taste, y'all. I don't know nothing about none of this. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, the lightning round is over, so let's get into the basis of who Tre Davis is. So I did not know that you're originally from Oklahoma. So you were a shop baby. So how many siblings do you have?
It's 4 of us total, so
Okay.
it's 3 boys and 1 girl, and I'm
Okay.
the third oldest.
You're the third oldest. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And you said that your sister was getting ready to retire, so your niece is getting ready to take over the shop.
Yeah, she's third or fourth generation in our industry. A stylist. She specializes in braiding.
Okay.
So I think she's gonna take it over. She's good in marketing and stuff like that, and really building a relationship with the clients to keep them coming back.
Okay. Okay. Now, you wear many titles as far as a barber, educator, a husband, a father. You got a grandson.
Yeah.
Who is Tre Davis to your core? Like, who are you for the people who don't know you?
You know, I'm just a, a giving person. I'm a simple guy. When I'm at home, Um, I'm funny. You know, I got a personality. I got a sense. I got a sense of humor. I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh gosh,
I'm gonna put that out.
Die hard Cowboys.
Right?
Here we go.
You know, from being from Oklahoma, Dallas is 3 hours away. That's the only game that we would see growing up.
Okay.
You know, so my grandfather, he liked the Cowboys, so ever since then I've been, liking them. But I'm just a easygoing, loving, easygoing guy, man.
I'm here for that. I'm here for that. So, what is a fun fact about you that nobody else would know? Something that is just like whatever it is. What would it be?
Oh man, I got a sense of humor.
Okay.
You know, I do. I have a sense of humor. I like to crack jokes and
don't tell me you're a prankster, Tre.
Be funny, and get cracked on and cracked back, that type of thing. You know, I'm that guy.
So you definitely gonna get your get back.
I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna try anyway. You know, I like it. I like that. You know,
I'm here for it. Now, you worked in corporate America for a while, right? So, what was that transition like, leaving from corporate America to starting your own business?
That's a great question. I think corporate America was a great experience for me being in that industry for 10 years. I was in the alcohol beverage industry.
Really?
Yep. I started my career out with Coors Brewing Company.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
We did a huge marketing initiative on the Coors Light brand.
Okay.
And I was able to head that up in the DMV area, down to the east, really all down the East Coast, Southern Virginia, all the way down to Southern Virginia. And then I did that for up through year 6, I would
Okay.
say, with that company.
Uh-huh.
And then once that transition happened, we merged with Coors,
Okay.
with Miller. I'm sorry, with
Uh-huh.
Miller. Now we're then we became Miller Coors, and then that transition happened, and I started working with a company by the name of Fusion Projects.
Okay.
That company uh, was the makers of Four Loco.
Huh.
Yeah,
Really?
yep. So Four Loco, and I help build those brands up and work with that company. Um, from Southern Virginia all the way down to a little bit of the Carolinas.
Mm-hmm.
And then our company did a huge volume of business. We did 10 million cases, I believe, in 2008,
Wow.
2009, somewhere off in there. 10 million cases.
Uh-huh.
And the FDA we needed to make some changes to be compliant.
Okay.
So with that being said, they had to make some adjustments with the sales force,
Uh-huh.
so that they pushed us out or whatever, downsized.
Uh-huh.
And then from that point, while still looking for another opportunity in corporate America, because
Uh-huh.
that part of the business is very fast paced.
Right.
But the cool thing about it is once you build a reputation and you can actually do the job, other companies
Yep.
reach out
They
to you,
want
because it's kind of like a small world.
uh-huh.
Because a lot of people that you work with start working with other
Other
companies.
companies. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was cool. I loved that industry, but that just wasn't God's plan for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was just part of my journey. And then I just immediately went into barbering school. Um, I just, I was got to myself, and I just had my thoughts come out. I was like, let me see what's best for me. What can I do that's
Uh-huh.
not like work to me, that I can still be myself, utilize the skill set that I had that I established in corporate America to help grow those brands and
Uh-huh.
build myself, right? While I'm helping other people with the
Right.
gift that I have.
Right.
And I thought about it. I said, it's barbering, because I was throughout my career, throughout my life, all my friends were always like, you bring your clippers, because I played basketball. I
Okay.
was a college basketball athlete, and I played basketball from what, 5th grade all the way up through college.
Okay.
So I was that kid in the neighborhood. We would play 21, and all the friends would want me to cut their hair. So that's how
So you
that's
been
happened.
cutting hair.
Been cutting hair.
That's great.
But back then we wasn't putting fades on it. It was just a bowl. That's all they wanted.
Just the bowl. That's it.
And we was using I didn't have no trimmers, so I was cutting it plus shaping them up, so the clippers was getting hot. So they
So
was
you were
scabbed up.
like
But my friends was
freehanding.
liking it. They was like, yo. My mama said, can you cut my hair again?
Okay, come on.
I was like, it's $3. At first it was free. Then I said, man, my dad said, all these boys coming over, you need to charge $3.
Yeah.
I started charging $3, and it started getting more and more people start coming. Friends
Crazy.
said, you need to take your price up. I went up to $5. And remember, I told you my mom was in the industry, right?
Uh-huh.
So she would bring her bag home every day.
Okay.
With her
Uh-huh.
blow dryer clippers.
Uh-huh.
But when she would go to work, her trimmers would be gone, because I'm at the house getting busy. She would call him like, boy, you took my clippers. I'll be like, Mom, yeah, I did.
You at the house.
She knew what it was, though.
Using mama's stuff.
Yeah.
Making some change at the house.
Yeah. So she liked it, but she didn't like it because, she was needing it to serve her clients.
Yeah.
You know how some women like to have
that clean neck line.
Yeah, yep. So that's really what her trimmers were for. She's not like for what I would do.
Right. You was cutting.
Right.
She was just like cleaning up.
Right. So, so for moving forward, she let me have her trimmers, and the rest was history. I started saving my money that I was earning from cutting hair to 3 to 5. It started adding up, and I would go get my own.
Crazy.
And that's kind of how it started. And then, and then Go ahead.
So, like, as an adult, like, and you mentioned working with Coors and um, being in corporate America, did it ever come back to you to go back to cut hair again?
Well, that was the game plan, to leverage corporate America to still open
Uh-huh.
barbershops, to open a business,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
That was the whole plan, but it didn't work out that way.
Okay.
So the whole plan was to leverage corporate America and then have maybe one or two shops
Uh-huh.
open, um, as a passive income while I'm still kind of in the industry. But that didn't work out. It didn't work out that way.
Uh-huh.
Um, it worked out this way. So
But when it ended, you immediately knew that barbering school, let's just get it done.
yep, that's what I did. I knew. I was like, but I knew it was gonna be a transition
Okay.
because you're coming from a salary,
Uh-huh.
so
Uh-huh.
you're making a good
Uh-huh.
income,
Uh-huh.
and then the commission is there if you
Yep.
get to hit your case volume, and I got my relationships on lock in my territory, so I'm already kind of knowing what my target is, and then boom, something uncontrollable happens.
Right.
But like you said, I did kind of know what direction I was going to go in. The whole thing that I had to really train my mind on and get my mind prepared for was the adjustment.
Uh-huh.
Knowing that I'm
Yep.
going to have to really, really hone in and build up go in and be a scholar student first, really. By the way, I finished barbering school in nine months. I
Trey.
was serious. I finished barbering school in 9 months. I was the first one there, and I was always the last one to leave. Um, I don't know if I should be saying this, but my director let me charge regular barbershop
Come
prices.
on, man. But I mean, clearly you had the talent. So that wasn't it.
And he was just like, you can charge 25. And that was back then. That was back in, you know, 15, 17,
I mean, because what, barbering
15
school
years
is
ago.
what, $10 maybe?
Yeah, yeah. And he was like, as long as you put that in the pool,
Uh-huh.
keep the rest.
Okay.
And from there, but I was a little bit more mature. But you got to think, I'm hungry though,
Right.
because I just got laid off. So
The check.
right.
Right.
So I'm looking at this as like, this is gotta work.
Yeah.
This is it. Ain't no plan B.
I said that last week on the podcast. Like when I got fired from corporate America, I said that I think a lot of times when people start businesses, they aren't completely sold on it, right?
Right.
So you have plan A, and then you say, well, if this don't work, then I'm going to do plan B. No, plan A was the only plan. Like doing hair had to work.
Right.
And I think that's what separates the people in the industry who make it versus who don't make it. Because if you're sold that this is it, it's going to work. You
Right.
just have to see it through. That is absolutely amazing. 9 months.
Right. I finished in 9 months. Like I said, I was the first one there, the last one to leave. He after he gained my trust and kind of saw my consistency, that's when he said, you can charge regular haircut prices as long as you just put the school amount in the bucket. And then not only that, he saw how serious I was, and this is what really turned the light bulb on for me. He was like, you need to compete. I'm like, compete? I'm like, what? Like, do indeed what?
Huh.
He was like, you need to compete in this competition, this student barber competition. I was like, okay. He was like, that client that come in here at this time, this is when the blackouts was popular, the Bay J's, and this particular client was coming to the school. He was like, you should get him and do him how you do him in the school. And because I think you got the ability to do it. And I did it. And I ended up winning first place, man. I promise you, I was just doing what I normally do. And I just told myself, make sure all my lines are, precise. Just make sure he's cut down even, because that's all it was. It was just an even Steven, but it was blacked out. So it was really sharp. It was nice.
It was
clean. And he had a beard. And I just did what I do every day. And it was some well-known judges there. That's well-known in the industry to this day, and I ended up winning first place, and that turned the light bulb on for me and said, it's on. Then I'm if I got the ability to come out and do this, and I'm just getting the rust off. Oh yeah, I got the ability to do more. And when my background in corporate America, playing basketball, I always told myself I want to give back. So uh once God blesses me to a point to where I'm able to do that with my craft, I want to be able to open up and give that back
and
as
that's
much as
and
possible.
and that's why you're in the position that you're in now, because like you took your raw talent that you had to be able to produce a life, a business for yourself, and then your heart has always been based on giving back. Like God is so strategic when he does things, and he only gives certain things to certain people because he knows that they'll do right by them. That is absolutely amazing.
Man, I agree with that 100%.
Yes, yes. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to dig into the hair loss piece, the hair weave, the men's weave, and talk a little bit about family to find out how Tre really got started in the industry. Now, I know I do some hair loss, but mine is more based around the VA administration and insurance. But what I've noticed in my business is that more younger women are losing their hair faster than older women. And in the barbering space, are you seeing the same thing with your male clients? Is hair thinning happening faster or younger?
That's a great question. I am seeing that.
Oh,
I think the demographic is probably for me, what I'm seeing is 25
25?
up to, 65,
Trey,
50,
that's
65.
crazy. At 25, men are losing their hair.
25, 28. Because that's part of my, I asked
Uh-huh.
that question, how long you been thinning?
Uh-huh.
How old are you? I asked that question to make them, just to kind of get a feel for what's been going on. I'm getting a lot of 25.
So is it hereditary? Is it environment? Is it medication? Lifestyle?
I think a lot of it is lifestyle, hats,
Okay.
in the food.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
you know, I think it has a lot to do with it
Huh.
because all of us have some form of alopecia.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. I absolutely agree. It's just whether or not it expands or whether it's controlled within a specific area.
correct.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Now when you started doing the topper pieces, was it something that your clients immediately jumped towards, or was it something that you had to convince them?
Um, Great question. So it started with clients that actually grew with me
Okay.
because if we circle back, it started out with the semi-permanent
Uh-huh.
dyes,
Uh-huh.
semi-permanent hair colors is what we like to say.
Uh-huh.
And then it jumped to the hair fibers.
Uh-huh. Remember fibers?
So those clients are still coming to get service from me, but they always want something that's gonna last a little bit longer
Longer.
or have a longer lifespan.
Okay.
So that actually for, was telling me, okay, Tre, it's time to continue to
Keep going.
educate yourself,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
Go and pick this up, invest into yourself. And I did that. And I didn't just take one class. I took multiple classes
Uh-huh.
because you can never stop
Nope.
learning. Even though you have a gift,
Right.
you never know what you can pick up. So what I did is I kind of put all of that together and added it to what I can do. And man, the rest is history.
I mean, the your work in the detail is insane. Like it looks so natural, and like on average, how long do the units last?
Those hair systems last 4 to 6 months
Wow.
with proper maintenance, and that then proper maintenance includes you coming back for your touch ups every
Uh-huh.
4 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
That's where that hair system is removed,
Okay.
cleaned. Of course, their scalp is cleaned,
Right.
observed. Uh, they're recut, and the hair system is reinstalled, and they look like they never left.
So what was the light bulb? Like when you first did your first install in your head, were you like, okay, this is it. This is it.
When I first did my first one, the thing for me was because the way I was taught the first time, it was from a female. She's actually works on the movie sets out in L.A.
Okay.
but she taught me a long way, which is the way where you have to build the mold
Uh-huh.
and then
Yeah.
you send it off.
Yeah.
And then I would have to
Yeah.
keep files on all my
Yeah.
clients. It's not the wrong
Right,
way.
but we can work better. We
Right.
more efficient.
I'm trying to really, really leverage time
Uh-huh.
here, and so my work life balance. My goal was to get my work life balance to where it works for me in a safe space where it works for me.
Uh-huh.
So that was great. So it's good that I know that,
Right.
right?
It's an option.
But so that prompted me to get more education.
Uh-huh.
So I said, okay, I'm gonna go to a couple other
Mm-hmm.
classes. Finally got what I needed. Boom. And I started kind of working on that, practicing every day. I would work on my mannequin, practicing.
Uh-huh.
And then I had one client. He was like my guinea pig. He would just let me do it on him whenever he needed one. And so I just would use him. I would just continue to use him, continue to use him, continue to use him, continue to use him until uh it kind of just stuck and it took off. And then obviously over the years, me and you both know guys are getting more confident to be able to
Yep.
expose it. They don't mind
Yep.
being on camera.
Yep.
So it's definitely helped.
That's amazing. And I mean, like, I feel like it's a confidence booster, right? So a man comes in, his hair is thin, and then he leaves with a full head of hair, and it doesn't look like it's not his. It looks like it's growing out of his scalp.
Mm-hmm.
Like, absolutely amazing. My husband says all the time when I have clients come in, he's like, "What kind of witchcraft?" I said, "I ain't no witchcraft." Because they come in one way and they go out leaving a total different way. But in your case, you have men who walk in that look 40, 50. Well, I'm 40 now, Jesus. 40, 50, 60, and they walk out looking 20, 30 because of this new hair system. Like, I would have never thought 10 years ago that it would have evolved into what it's evolved to now. Like, that is absolutely amazing. With your clients now, are you seeing that are they telling more people about them, or are you consistently getting your regulars, or are you getting new clients?
Well, I have a system in place to where I can I'm really focused on attracting that client that's looking for the service.
Okay.
So that's what's being targeted on a daily basis.
Okay.
I'm interacting with those clients on a daily basis. They're getting nurtured on a daily basis while I'm actually working on other clients, because I do have a automated system set up to where they're still getting nurtured. Like right now, while I'm talking to you, the system is working.
That's amazing. Automation.
So it's pretty much automated. And then when I interact with them, they feel like we've already built that relationship. So, man, it's been great. I get a lot of wives or uh significant others booking the clients for their.
That's usually what happens
from their boyfriends or husbands or their spouses to be. So that's kind of how it's been.
That's usually how it works, because most men they're not thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go get this done. It's more like, no, you need to go do this. That'll it's easier when we do it versus when they do it. So I definitely get that. Now with the systems, my question is, as an entrepreneur now, was there ever a moment that you were like, just never mind, let me go get a job? Never mind.
It was. Matter of fact, I had to do that.
Really?
Yeah, because when I first moved here, most people probably don't even know this. When I first moved here, it's 1528 here in North Carolina. In Virginia, it's only 1500. That's where I really originally got my license.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember I was transitioning out of the.
That is right, from the DMV.
That was my last area, so I went to school there. 1,500 hours, and then when I transitioned here, they said, "Oh no, it's 15. It's 20. You need 28 more hours." So I had a challenging time, getting an affordable rate that I can pay. 28 hours. I didn't want to go back to school and go over
and start over. No,
so that's kind of what I was getting.
Okay.
I was like, nah, I can't do that. So in the interim, I just went and got a job.
Okay.
Worked at Red Ventures for a while.
That's right, Trey. Oh my God. I just realized that.
Yep.
I was at Red Ventures in 20. We got married in 2012. So I was at Red Ventures in 2009 to about 2012.
We probably were there at the
Same
same
time.
time.
That is
I worked on Frontier, Huge Net.
I worked on Clear and Direct TV.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Did a little direct TV. But it was good. It kept me on my toes. I really liked that opportunity over there at Red Ventures because I felt like I'm like, okay, I got, it kept that job right there keeps you going. It
It
keeps you
does.
on your toes. It lets you
Yep.
know, hey man, if you could sell that,
You can do anything.
man, hey listen, you walking out like with a big S on your chest because that can humble you real quick.
And listen, expeditiously, okay?
Boy. So that let me know if I could sell HughesNet, oh, I could if I could sell you satellite for out in the country.
Trey, you can sell water to a well. Do you hear me? Wow. I didn't, you know what? But now that I think about it, I kept saying, especially, because I know Alicia.
Right.
Like when she reached out about y'all getting married,
Right.
I kept saying, like, I know him. Like, I've seen him somewhere. Now it makes sense. Red Ventures.
Yeah.
That is so crazy. So taking a look at that, like now, so you moved here in what, 2009?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you could tell yourself something in 2009, right now, what would you say?
I would just say just keep going. I was in a situation where it was sink or swim.
Yeah.
You still don't you never forget the main thing, which was to be a shop owner, be in this industry, help more people out. So I never forgot that. I just knew that it was part of my journey to go ahead and get a job, do something that I liked, right? I actually liked it because it was competitive.
It was.
It kept me on my toes.
Yep.
It was numbers driven. It was very quantified. I'm into stuff like that. So it made me want to come back to work, to get on the phone, to get sharper with my mouthpiece, to be able to really hit my target, to really exceed my goals. So, but I knew behind the scenes I was gonna be very persistent on finding a school to where I didn't have to, because I knew I didn't have the budget to be able to pay and start all the way
Right,
over.
right.
I didn't want to do financial aid and all of
Right,
that and go
right.
through all of that. So I just kept being persistent. When I had days off from work, I found a school, Prestige Barbering Institute. Mr. Patrick Anderson. I had a meeting with him, and we talked, and we came up with a number that made sense. And he allowed me to come in and finish my 28 hours. Right.
That is crazy.
One of his assistants or instructors there, she was a former employee of the barbering board, so his passing rate was very, very good because they were very particular on ensuring that you get what you needed. And it was like it was meant. I knew it was meant. I was like, I'm supposed to be doing this because when I got to that school, it felt real good. The environment felt good. The instructors were good. They were thorough. Mr. Anderson kept his word. He never turned his back on me. He supports me to this day. So
that's amazing.
Because he knew I had the ability. He vetted me now.
But he wanted to make sure you were serious about your craft.
He made sure when I got up in there, he definitely vetted me for a minute before he pulled back the curtain. But I definitely earned it, So it wasn't given to me. It was definitely earned, and because I had to go in and take the test anyway, so
wow.
I did it, and I'm here sitting with you today, Laura.
So let's talk about the Dapper Hair Club. Like, what does that mean to you, and how did that concept come into play?
Well, Dapper. Initially, I was flambe. Everything is flambe. So,
Okay.
that was French for fire. So I
Uh-huh.
used to get my clients used to always say, "Man, your cuts is fire.
Fi-
That's fire. That's fire." So I'm like, "What can I do to make it put a little pizzazz on that?" So I would say flambe.
Uh-huh.
I looked up and I found flambe.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was pretty cool, which means French fire for French,
Mm-hmm.
and French and fire,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, fire for French. So, but I wanted to come up with something or reinvent myself and reinvent the brand and come up with something that I felt that resonated more with the transition, because I was going to be focusing more on clients who suffering from hair loss,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
My whole goal was like, okay, now I found a niche that I love,
Yep.
that where I really feel like I'm helping a client and I'm giving them their confidence back. Um, and that's why I named it Dapper. It's a personality, it's a way of life,
Uh-huh.
it's a lifestyle, it's a feeling,
I love
um,
it.
and it's how you move.
So do you see yourself franchising the Dapper Hair Club?
That's a great question, because when I'm talking to people or opportunities clients every day, they always ask, "Do you have a satellite location here in this area?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Minnesota, man. I
Mm-hmm.
thought you was in Arkansas. I thought you was in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's funny that you asked that. That has been brought up before. So that is something that's being considered. We just want to see if it makes
It makes,
sense.
and with the presence of social media, like we not just talking about Charlotte no more. Like we
Right.
talking about the world,
Right.
and because that reach is so broad and so wide, it's like, if somebody sees your work in Arizona and they're like, golly, I would love to have that service, having a partner in that specific area to be able to do that would be like absolutely amazing.
Right. Yep. I promise you, I get that question every day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a
You
location?
have
I'm in
the,
Miami. I'm in
you can come
New
join.
York. Yeah. So they, and then they say, "Well, I got to get to you." One of the cool things about the location where I'm at now is that I'm not too far from the airport,
Okay.
and it's easy for them
In
to
and
get to
out.
me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
As
That's awesome. So talking about family for a quick second. You have daughters. How many daughters do you have?
I have two biological, but I
Uh-huh.
have three beautiful
Number girls.
stepdaughters. Yep.
Oh Lord. And how has that been with nothing? So you are the only male, and well, you do have a grandbaby.
Grandson. Yep.
He's what, 5 now,
Yep.
maybe?
He's 5. Yep.
So have you cut his hair yet?
I've shaped him up.
Shaped him up.
Right
Okay.
now, he's he hasn't got to the haircut point yet,
He ain't
but I'm
ready
sure it's
yet.
coming one day. But right now, he's keeping the Sharpie right now.
I am here for it. That is so cool. So you briefly spoke about your automation. Touch on that for a second. Is that something that you think has provided you more free time in your business, or has it just made you work more efficiently?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Because it's is one of the cool things about having a team that specializes in that, and when you can actually put your vision on paper. Once again, I do have a marketing background, so I do know how to write out a strategic marketing plan,
Mm-hmm.
and actually quantify it quarterly, monthly, and go back and look at the numbers and see what sticks and what does not make sense and what we need to make changes at. So
Mm-hmm.
that skill level, I'm able to do that. Send that play over. We put it in the oven and see if it works, and then we fix what we need to fix, and it works.
Okay.
But you have to. It's about reinvesting back into the business, and
Absolutely.
it does help your work life balance. And we've got the averages now to where I'm averaging about 3 or 4 per day.
That's amazing.
And it's not like work for me.
It's not.
You know,
I say that all the time. I cannot believe I get paid to do
right.
this.
It's like I'm not. This is not like work. It's like I'm finna go, and I get hyped too, because I'm like, because I've already done the homework, and they've already sent the pictures on where they're thinning that. They sent pictures on what their vision is, their outcome, or how they want to look when they leave. And I call them, we confirm everything up. They're serious. They put the deposit down. And when they come in, the energy is good because
you built that relationship.
Relationship is built, and then in my heart, I'm already knowing I'm finna lace him. I'm like, he definitely
He
finna
has
be.
no clue how good this about to be.
So I just sit back humbly and I do my job. And man,
And they
because most of the guys they're like this the whole time, and then when I tell them to open their eyes, like, "Oh, you good, bro?" Or I tap them with the mirror, they like,
"That's me."
like, man,
You snapped.
they like, man, I ain't had no line in 20 years.
That is amazing, man. Like that chair spin, that
Yeah.
mirror, so that way they can see is like I just told my last guest, it's like a high that you never get used to.
Right, man. And as and as a professional, being able to know you can execute,
Yes.
and give them the results, you
Yes.
can kind of, I guess, you can over deliver the
Yep.
results,
Yep.
their expectations, because 90% of my clients, Lauren, they come from somewhere else.
Yeah.
They're
Mm-hmm.
coming in,
Yeah.
and you want to be able to deliver.
Yep.
It's a high end service.
Yep.
They're looking for the work that that you put out day in and day out. I
Yep.
love to be able to, help them with that.
That is amazing, Trey. I am so appreciative of your time. I am so appreciative of you coming here today. I told my husband, I said, yeah, there are barbers everywhere. I said, but I want the top. That's what I want. And I knew that your experience was amazing, and I knew that you definitely had the track record I was looking for. For people who are wanting this service or who are interested in service, how can they get in touch with you? How can they connect with you? Are you offering any mentorships right now?
Great question. So, you can reach out to me. You can get connected to me in the Dapper Hair Club at www.dapperhairclub.com. Once again, that's www.dapperhairclub.com. That is our website. If you want to get a consultation, you want to go to offer.dapperhairclub.com. If you want to get a consultation, if you have some questions about some issues you may be having with hair loss, you can get in touch with us at, once again, at offer.dapperhairclub.com. And then on November 9th in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Starling Hotel, we'll be having the Art of Hair Restoration by Trey Trim. So if you're looking to take your career to the next level, you want to turn your time into profits to where you can have more of a work-life balance, and just become the best version of yourself, come to the Art of Hair Restoration in the A,
I,
November 9th from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. It definitely won't be an investment that you regret, because we're going to be working on live models as well. So you're going to see a couple of different techniques. We're going to have light refreshments, and you're going to be able to fellowship with some like-minded individuals who's looking to take their career to the next level.
I told y'all, I'm only bringing the best, and in Charlotte, hair loss, it doesn't get any better than Trey Trims, and he's offering his expertise, and he's giving mentorship, and he told you how to get in contact with him. Trey, I appreciate you. I
Right.
thank you.
Oh, one other thing too. One other thing. IG.
Absolutely.
You can reach out to me on
Yes.
IG. You can look at all the work, and ask me any questions that you want on Instagram or IG at Trey. That's TRE_TRI. M is in Mary, Z is in zebra. And you can go on the actual business page that's at Dapper Hair Club 2.0. You can ask me any questions, look at any work, and we definitely look forward to connecting with you.
And he responds. He responds on IG, because that's how I got in touch with him. I got in touch with him on IG. He actually does respond. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your insight. I thank you so much for coming. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I did, because I learned so much and I got to know Trey a little bit better. Until next time, you all, the executive chair is a place where beauty and business meet and where conversations build legacy. Until next time, y'all.